Steve and I don't actually go training. If you go training, that means almost you've got a plan, you've probably got a coach, you've got a strategy. It's all laid out day by day, or week by week, and all sorts of stuff like that. Now, we just go out and ride during the week to improve our strength and fitness. Typically, we're looking to try and ride a couple of times a week, sometimes a little bit more. We leave in one of the two or three directions we can out of the office, out of Newport, and looking to go, anywhere between 20k if we've got a little bit of time, up to 50 kilometers if we've got a bit more time, and then occasionally we do longer rides. We can also see the actual routes we're going to do for the challenge also being sort of semi-training rides. One of the things we've noticed when we ride is that I tend to be faster up the hills than Steve, and Steve tends to be faster going down the hills. It's just one of those things. This is our favourite set of traffic lights on all our routes. We don't do many traffic lights on the routes, to be fair, but this set, we have never yet got to this set of traffic lights from any direction with a green light. It's always red. So let's see today. What is it? Cars braking. It's red. It's red. There's no surprise there at all. And so slow down. Oh, that's pretty good for us. That's not a long wait at all. That's quite unusual. Yes, our bogey traffic lights on all our rides. We're headed out towards Baysleg, and then through Baysleg, and we get to turn off the main road. We don't like to ride on the main roads too much if we can avoid it. There are plenty of side roads and cycle paths, and certainly that's where we try to ride most of the time. It's just generally more pleasant. It's not that it's more dangerous on the main roads. Generally, I think we've been treated pretty well, but obviously we prefer to be out in the countryside if we can. And this is Baysleg Hill. It's actually from the Strava segment, sort of starts just from the turnoff, and it keeps going and going and going. It works out being a category 4 hill climb. At the moment, this early in the season, we struggle on this one a bit, but at least you get some payback at the end with a nice downhill afterwards. So it's generally worth some of the pain, maybe not all of it. We're heading out towards Drython, and then we're going to head up from there through past the Mine Fluid pub and on to Caerphilly Common in due course. I think actually the speed and cadence and distance data is slightly out on part of this, but it gives an indication of where we are and how far we've travelled. We're up on the top of Caerphilly Common. As you can see, the weather's not brilliant. It's been worse, but we've also had much better days up on there. And now we're actually in Caerphilly town centre, and we've been up Caerphilly Mountain a few times together, and this is the start of the Caerphilly Mountain climb. Bizarrely, this is actually one of the official classic climbs that we're going to have to do, but this is a training ride. I know it's not really training, but you know what I mean. So actually this doesn't count towards the challenge, but we will be doing this side of Caerphilly Mountain as part of the Velatham Wales cycle ride, which I think is 11th of July. So yeah, I've just passed Steve on the ascent up. It's a pretty unforgiving mountain. This is used as part of the Tour of Britain ride when the route comes through South Wales. Typically the riders have done about 160, 170 kilometres to get to here, and then they make them do this twice, which is just rude if you ask me, but there we go. They're pro riders, so they can do it at a ridiculous pace. Seen Naira Quintada do it in about 3 minutes or something stupid like that. My best time is about 9, I think. Here we go, the last kick up. right at the top, it just gets a little bit steeper as you go around the bend, just to sort of really just turn the knife in at the end. And the welcome site, that's the top, and the Caerphilly Mountain Shack Cafe there on the left, and rest. So we've now gone back through the lanes around Rudgery, and we're back in Drythorn, and we're turning back, and now this is sort of reversing part of the route we came in on. There is a Strava segment from that bridge all the way through to the bridge. I'm not quite sure. I think it'll be Michaelston. No, I'm not sure exactly where it is. I'll just look it up on the map to give you the name. But look, you can see some shadows. Sunny weather for just a little bit. It's not always wet and miserable in Wales at this time of year. This ride's done. What was it? Early Feb, I think. Early mid-February this year. So usually we just try and push as hard as we can on this. But with the climbs done at Baysleg and then Caerphilly Mountain, and there's a couple of other hill climbs on the way back to here, sort of, to be fair, we are a little tired by now, and so I doubt we'll be beating any segment speed records in reality. We're just going to have a ride side by side and a chat, really. This is all about just getting the miles in and the hill climbs in, rather than necessarily getting a punishing speed. I did notice when we were doing this ride the number of pubs we cycle past. It seems to be the wrong way of doing it, but I don't drink, and Steve's not a big drinker most of the time, so it doesn't really matter. I think we'd rather just keep going. We don't mind stopping at the odd cafe for a coffee, piece of cake, that's different. But I think if we tried stopping at every pub or every other pub for a quick drink, I don't think we'd get much riding done. We'd probably be in a bad state before too long, so that's probably a good thing that we avoid that sort of thing. Leave that to the more hardened cyclist drinkers of the world to do the cycling pub crawls. We just hit the tarmac and go. So although the little climbs on this road aren't that steep, coming late in the ride, it's surprising how much they take it out of you, and so you suddenly realise, oh, hang on, I've got to push a bit on this. It's a little tough. But again, the sun came out. We've done the bridge to bridge segment. We've turned off, and we're now heading back on the sort of the other road back into Baysleg. And now we're coming back towards our bogey traffic lights from the other direction. And let's see, are we going to get a green light? We know we're not. We know we're not. And no, we're not. So there's no change there. I think if we ever get here and we get a green light, we'll probably stop anyway, because we'll know something's wrong, because it's just not going to happen. But at least the weather's improved nicely, as you can see from the shadows. Low winter sun, but it's better than it chucking it down with rain. You're under the bridge, and there's this sort of, can't really tell, but this is a little short, sharp climb. And then here we are on the Ridgeway. That's our cafe of choice, close to the office. Very good service, coffee and cake and food, general food all round. And the beauty about coming back into the office this way is the last thing we always get is a nice descent down Altarine, and then turning off Gold Tops towards the office. And that, everyone, is the end of our so-called training ride. Give you an idea of really the basics of what we get up to when we go out and about. Thanks for watching.